Hey loves, my name is Wynne Jean. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here and if you're returning, then hey girl, how you doing? I don't got no rhythm, okay? That's how you know I'm tired. Because normally I got a little 1-2 step for you, but I ain't got it today, okay? I am going to New York this week for an event, and we have to figure out how I'm about to wear my hair. I'm actually not mad at the curls today. I feel like if I put a little product in it, they would have gave. They would have did a little something. It's giving Maxwell. You know what I mean? So I've been seeing that the girlies have brought the crochet braids, everything. Crochet faux locks, the crochet baby is back. I'm very excited because if you didn't know, I used to be a crochet girly years ago. And I have a new idea for a technique that I want to try today. So today is a new technique video, my favorite, where I kind of want to incorporate some techniques that I've seen a couple other YouTubers using. And I also want to incorporate like some stuff that I used to do back in the day and kind of make it perfect, get it. So let's get into it. I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I'm washing a lot of clothes, and my washing machine is literally on the other side of this wall. So if it's super loud, my bad, girl. My bad. What is, girl? Let's hurry up and get into this hair because it's starting to do things I don't need it to do. But I washed my hair with the Mielle Rosemary shampoo, and then I conditioned it with the Shea Moisture Intensive Manuka Honey mask, and let it kind of like air dry. I would say about 50%. It's still relatively wet, just not like dripping wet. The curls are getting to it. It's not dripping, but it's wet. I'm about to go in and blow dry it. For my heat protectant, I'm gonna use the Mielle Mangongo. I don't know. I'm gonna use this Mielle Thermal and Heat Protectant Spray, and then I'm also going to use my handy dandy It to 10 Miracle Leave-In and blow dry my hair out with my little Chi round brush blow dryer and the brush attachment. And then our hair will be ready to go to start working on our braiding pattern. Let's get there. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm starting off by parting my hair into 4 sections so I can go ahead and blow dry it. I already told you guys what products that I'm using, but I'll go ahead and link them down below if you guys want to go ahead and pick them up. I have been on a Mielle kick lately. I really like this heat protectant, and I also love the shampoos because it doesn't leave my hair feeling really stripped, which I love. I tried the deep conditioner and I wasn't obsessed with it, but I'll go ahead and try a couple others before I really, decide how I feel about it, But so far so good. I've been really focusing on my hair health, and as you can see, she's looking nice or whatever. All right, so I went ahead and blow dried all of my hair, and now we can actually get into styling. I'm gonna section my hair off to show you like what the braid pattern is gonna be, because if I don't, it's gonna get real hectic real quick, and I want it to be easy for you to understand. So I'm about to part out the hair exactly how I want it, and then I'm gonna come back to explain to you how I did it and where everything's gonna go. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, so I took out like 1.5 inches on both sides. We're gonna put individual braids over there, and this section up here is gonna be 2 rows of individual braids on either side of the part up here. So that's the hair that we're gonna have left out. Now, all of this hair in the back is what we're gonna crochet everything into. So first we're gonna start with the back area so we can get the braiding pattern ready for the crochet, and then we're gonna finish it up by doing the individual braids after to kind of finish everything up. The goal is to be able to do like a middle part or a side part, like with the individual braids, and then like a flip over as well, or just like pull it back. So we can have a bunch of styling options but still have it look really, really authentic. I think the like box method crochets that I've been seeing a lot of girls do looks really, really, really good. But if I'm being completely honest, I feel like when you're in person, If you know. If you're a black girl, crochet from an individual install. And I really want this install to look like an individual install. I don't want anybody to think it's crochet at all. Even if they get super close to your hair, or like you take pictures, you know what I mean? I just want it to be like perfect. So that's what we're going for. So individuals in the center, along the edges, crochet in the back, and we're about to go ahead and start working on our braiding pattern for the back. So to start off the braiding pattern, I went ahead and parted out a section about 1 inch tall across the entire nape of my neck. So the whole kitchen, baby, about 1 inch tall. And I'm parting it down the middle to create 2 sections, and then separating both of those sections into 2 sections to create a row of 4 individual braids. This braiding pattern is a bit of a doozy, but if you just follow along, it's not hard. Just go step by step. Don't think too hard, baby. Like I said, we're gonna do this first row, 4 individual braids. Do that, let's move on. I'm using a little bit of edge control down my parts to keep everything nice and clean. You want these braids to give the illusion that all of your hair is individual braids, so having the parts nice and crisp does help. Normally, I like a little shaggy part, I'm not gonna lie, but for this technique, keeping the parts nice and clean on these individual braid sections does matter. Now, the parts don't have to be perfect. I learned that the hard way, because you couldn't have told me that the back of my head wasn't perfection, and when I actually looked at this video, girl, I said, what is that? But it still came out beautiful. There were no complaints, and everyone who saw my hair could not believe it was crochet. I ended up adding an additional braid on either side, a little bit above that first row, but that's kind of optional, so I didn't go too much into depth. And then I'm parting off that entire back section from ear to ear, and we're gonna focus on that later. For right now, we're gonna just section that hair and put it to the side. And now I'm parting out a section about 1 inch thick down the side of my head, and this is where we're gonna start to incorporate a little bit more of that individual crochet technique that the girls have been doing lately, and I love. I'll link the video that I learned from down below as well. She really put her foot in that tutorial. She did a great job, and I learned a lot from that video, so definitely check it out if you want to get into it and kind of see what I was inspired by. But I'm essentially creating a box, making an individual braid about 1 inch to 2 inches long, and then I'm bringing that braid back and then making another box and incorporating that first braid into the second box, and so on until I have these straight backs that are not necessarily stitch braids, but kind of like individual braids put together. Y'all know how back in the day we would do the boxes and then put the twisties together? It's kind of like that, except for we're not using rubber bands. I personally am not a fan of putting rubber bands in my hair, especially for protective styles that I plan on leaving in for an extended period of time, child. No ma'am. But if you want to do that for your own like peace of mind, and if you're more of a beginner and kind of need some help keeping your sections organized, that could help you, but make sure you use like the ouchless ones to kind of minimize the damage on your hair. Okay, so now I have the entire top section that we're working on braided. I put 2 of those like stitch braids on either side, and then 3 regular braids down the middle. I wanted to do the stitch braid technique down the middle as well, but I just could not see, it was not working out. So I did regular braids down the middle, and I only put 3. Looking back on it, I would have put more braids, maybe 4 or 5. I don't like to have an even amount because I don't like my braids to be able to like split clean down the middle. So probably 5 in that area, or just kind of changing up my parting in general, doing a little bit smaller. My hair is super thick, and I don't be wanting to braid my hair all day, so I get a little bit lazy with my braiding patterns. But if you take your time with this and do it a little better than mine, or have someone to help you, you'll be off to a great start. I kind of moved all the braids from that front section out of the way, and we're gonna move back to the back section. I know we're kind of hopping around a bit, but I had to compartmentalize, baby. This is a little intricate. Okay, so we're back on the back section, and I have this little chunk of hair as well as those individual braids that we created earlier. And what I'm gonna do is part the back section of hair in half horizontally and kind of braid it like a U pattern sideways. So I'm going straight across, and then as I come down, I'm grabbing those individual braids and connecting them into the internal braid, that little U braid. And this is kind of cleaning everything up. I want very minimal ends out because I want this to be as, you know, flat and just seamless as possible. So once I have everything braided, this is what it's looking like. I have that one section in the back with the snake little U braid, and then I have all of those individual braids from that top section. Okay, so everything is braided up except for the part that we're going to leave out for the individual braids. So essentially, I went ahead and braided all around like the perimeter and the back into individual braids, and then I did the whole box method up front and connected the braids, the little individuals around the back, with like a little squiggle braid. And what we're gonna do is all of these individual braids from the front where we did the box method, I'm gonna just sew them down in the back. Everything is going to be kind of like wound up and sewn in this little back area in the center, so all of the edges look really, really nice and flat. So let me go ahead and thread a couple of needles so we can go ahead and sew that down, and then we can get into the crochet install. Let's see what the final braiding pattern looks like though. All the braids are complete, but now to kind of solidify this foundation, I want to go in with a little needle and thread, and I'm just sewing down the ends to all of my braids. I like to kind of feel around and kind of fit the braids into a like pocket and sew them there to get it as flat as possible. And I'm kind of wrapping the braids in a circle to kind of keep it centralized in the back of my head, because we're going to have a lot of hair to cover it. Rather than spreading it out and having it be really bulky around the sides, I want to keep those edges nice and clean so we can see our nice clean parts for our individual crochet method, and then kind of keep all the ends in this little section. Now once I have all the ends sewn down and secure, I kind of create a knot with a thread and then cut it down. And for a little added security, because my hair is really, really thick and I don't want any ends poking through my crochet install, I'm gonna be real mad. So I'm applying a stretchy net. I'll link it down below if you guys want to pick some of these up. I love them for my sew-ins and my crochet installs. I just applied it, sewed around the edges, and then trimmed off all of the excess. And what this is going to do is keep our hair nice and neat and make sure that all of our ends stay nice and tucked away inside the net. It also gives us something else to crochet onto other than the ends of our hair to kind of protect them a little bit. We can crochet straight onto the net, and it's just real clutch, okay? Now we have to get into actually crocheting the braids on. Today's video is sponsored by Ygwigs. They sent me these 30-inch crochet braids with human hair curls on them. So the actual braid itself is synthetic hair, but the curls at the bottom and throughout the hair are human, which I love because I feel like you get a lot of longevity out of it. These are definitely reusable. I wore them for 2 months, took them out and put them right in the bag. So I can condition them, detangle them, and put them right back in. I tested this hair out for 2 months prior to posting this video. I promise you this hair has been through the ringer. I have been in the pool, I've been in the heats, I've been in the colds. Child, I have put this hair through everything, and I feel like I know her real well. I got some tips and tricks for y'all at the end, but we'll get into that later. Right now, I'm just showing you guys how I crochet the hair into the braids, and really it's pretty self-explanatory. You kind of just use your crochet needle, which the brand sends you. You crochet through the base of the braid, loop the hair onto the crochet hook, close it, pull it through, and then you want to pull the end of the braid through that loop and tighten it. And it creates this little knot. I have 6 packs of the braiding hair, and I only ended up putting 4 packs in the back. I used 1 extra pack to create this little bun situation on top because what had happened was I was supposed to finish all of my hair before I went to New York, and I didn't. So I kind of wore this half up, half down style for the first couple of days, and it was so cute. But I did want to do the style some justice, so I took my little tail on down to Harlem and got my hair braided at this really cute little shop. I'll put all the details down below. The ladies were so nice. They got my hair done in about 2 hours. I ended up taking in some pre-stretched braiding hair and the deep wave Ygwigs human bulk hair so that the top of my hair can match the back and be the exact same texture. This is the same texture of hair that they use on the crochet bundle, so everything blended together seamlessly. It was so pretty. I had 2 ladies working on my hair, and they just installed traditional individual boho braids up top. Having the individual braids up top really concealed the crochet hair in the back and allowed me to have the really natural look that I wanted, but have it super duper full because we really stuffed a lot of the crochet hair in the back. So I really wouldn't have been able to get this look with individual braids. My hair would have been so heavy, it would have been so tight, literally impossible. Like, it would have been literally impossible to get my hair this full. Like, look how full and thick and luscious it is. Oh my God. So now let's get into how I maintain this hair. So like I said, I wore this hair for about 2 months, and she's low maintenance, but she's not no maintenance. About every couple of weeks, I like to go in with these products. Firstly, the Master Cleanse Scalp Cleanser by Taraji P. Henson. I love her. Great for braids and protective styles or under your wigs. I got this Jamaican black castor oil last time I went to Jamaica. I also love this Jamaican black castor oil deep strengthening mask from Shea Moisture. And to detangle the curls on my braids, I like to use a really cheap conditioner like the Suave one I get from the dollar store. And for styling, I like to use the Move Steph Texture Foam and the Organics Coconut Oil Mist. Now that's it for products. Let's get into the tools. For my maintenance days, I like to use these really heavy duty claw clips, big scrunchies,
big, huge,
a wide tooth comb for detangling in between the braids, and a little wet paddle brush for the ends. This is what the hair looks like after 2 weeks of just ponytails, styling, sleeping on it. I literally never wore a bonnet and living La Vida Loca, okay? She's still cute, a little fuzzy, but to be honest, I like it like this. However, if you leave it like this, it'll turn to dreadlocks real quick. So for daily maintenance, I kind of just wet it down with a little bit of water and run my fingers through it. But when I'm going to do the whole shebang bang, this is what I do. First, I'm filling up my little spray mister bottle with some warm water. Do not put cold water in this, girl, because you've got to shock yourself, okay? I've done that before, and it's very uncomfortable. I don't know why I used to do that, but a little tip, use some warm water so it's a little, you know, more pleasant. Unless you're a masochist and you're into that kind of thing. Go for it. I like to do this in sections. I part my hair down the middle into 2 large sections on either side of my head, and then I split that section into 3 smaller sections. Starting in the back, I wet everything down, apply a little bit of that really cheap conditioner. I like the Suave ones, like the coconut one or the Suave Naturals. You don't need anything too fancy for this at all. The hair is already dead, babe. You're not bringing it back to life. So you want to use something relatively affordable that you're not going to mind using a ton of, because the key to detangling this hair is to really sop it up in some conditioner and water. Get it nice and wet, get a lot of conditioner in it, give it a lot of slip, and you can go ahead and detangle it relatively easily. It takes me about 30 minutes to do each side realistically, so the whole process takes about an hour just to detangle. Now the good part is you don't have to do this very often, but like I said, she is low maintenance, not no maintenance. So I went ahead with my paddle brush and detangled the ends, and then I'm going in with the wide tooth comb, and I'm using that to kind of comb down in between the braids, starting with the ends and working my way all the way up to the top until I can comb through the entire section with no kinks. This is all of the shedding that I got. The hair sheds a bit, nothing too crazy, but it's so full that you honestly don't notice a difference. It still looks nice and full and gorgeous. This is one side finished, the other side is still fluffy, so let's go ahead and finish that side. And this is the shedding that I got from that side. And she's cute, she's coming together, but we're not finished yet. We have to rinse out this conditioner. I tried to film this video before in the shower, but it gave very much so OnlyFans, and I was not about to post that. So I'm in my kitchen sink. I normally do this in the shower. It's a lot easier that way, but to show you guys, I'm just rinsing everything out. I like to do it half and half. Honestly, I style this hair half and half all the time. It's a lot of hair, and if you want to get everything detangled and get your product through it evenly, baby, you gotta break it up, okay, into some sections, or else it's gonna be real smooth on the outsides and nappy in the middle, and don't nobody want that. So I partially towel dry the hair, pat, 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 until she's not like sopping wet, but I'm not gonna lie, this hair takes a little while to dry, at least a couple of hours. So I suggest starting this process during the day so you have some time for it to air dry, although you can always diffuse it if you want to. I'm just applying a little bit of that mousse to define the curls. I'm raking it through from the roots all the way down to the ends, making sure that I get the product nice and evenly distributed, and it just gets the curls nice and defined, and it keeps them that way. That's what I care about, because right now it's all fun and dandy, but if we let this dry with no product, baby, we're gonna be right back where we started, and we do not want that. Now that I have the mousse all up and through there, we do a little dancey dance, a little celebratory dance. All right now, girl. Okay. I'm going to go with a little bit more of that mousse and apply it on the roots of my hair up top. This is just going to make everything look nice and neat, especially if you put a scarf on top. But I like mine a little fuzzy, so I don't do that. But it's definitely optional if you want everything to look a little bit more polished. And now I'm just wrapping the ends of my hair with a towel to kind of soak up a little bit of that extra product in water. I hate water all over me. I just can't take it. And this also helps to speed up the drying process because it gets rid of a lot of the extra moisture, so it doesn't take as long to air dry, which we love. And while we have that wrapped up, I'm gonna go ahead and tidy up my baby hairs. I'm actually using some braiding pomade. This isn't even edge control. I couldn't find my edge control, but she did the trick. It lasted all of 2 minutes in this Texas heat, but it was cute while it lasted. It's the thought that counts. At least it was cute for the video. Now I'm taking that towel off and spraying it down with a little bit of that coconut oil by Organics. It adds a little bit of shine and some added moisture, and this is the finished look of the hair wet. As you can see, it's nice and detangled, and if you wanted to, you can go ahead and diffuse it, but I let it air dry while I went and got me a matcha and a little organic Pop-Tart. If you live in Dallas, go to La Reunion. It's like a coffee shop / bar in Bishop Arts, and get their cinnamon toast latte with matcha and oat milk. Oh my God, it's delicious, literally. It took all of 30 minutes of the Texas heat to dry this hair. She is completely dry and it looks gorgeous. The curls are nice and defined. This is the middle part. She's cute, she's full, she's so long. Look at this length. Oh my God. This is the side part. She's giving. As you can see, the amount of leave out that we have is perfect. It makes this hair really, really versatile. We can even do a little flip over, but I'm not gonna lie, the middle part is my favorite. Y'all know I'm a middle part girly. Bust down clink. I'm getting so old, I gotta chill. Anyway, now this is the hair. This is the final look. I bet y'all thought I was done, but I'm not. These are a couple of hairstyles that I really like to wear with this hair. The cool part about the hair being so long is that you can kind of use it to style itself. So for my half up, half downs, I section out the hair that I want to leave up and then grab a couple of braids and wrap it around the base of the section as like a scrunchie, and I can kind of style the hair literally with no scrunchies, no products, no nothing. Perfect for on the go. Love a half up, half down because it kind of snatches your face up. It gives you like a mini facelift, and the hairstyle is cute, you know? No one's mad at it. For the next style, I'm going to do a high pony. You can also move this down to a low pony, but overall, just a pony, babe. Super, super cute, and because the hair is so full, it almost looks like a half up, half down, just a little bit shorter than the actual length of the hair. It's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite ways to wear the hair. I get so many compliments when I wear a ponytail. And then if you take some sections from the ponytail and wrap it around the base, you get a really cute little bun situation. And this just gives like big old earrings, wrap skirt vibes. I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. Thank you again to Ygwigs for working with me. The link to the hair will be down below the description bar if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. I love you guys so much. I'm so excited for braid and protective style season. I got some good content for you guys coming, so make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, babes.